Okay, so this wee short video tutorial is going to demonstrate how to work the Vikkel braid. This is a Vikkel braid here. There's two of them. They're worked in cream on grey on this sample. They always point towards the right and they work towards the left. Most of the tutorials and the instructions in books have you work the Vikkel braid at the same time as the row that is above it. Vikkel braid is pretty simply a single row of knit stitches that travels horizontally across your fabric. Problem with working the braid at the same time as the row above it is that I always get an elongated stitch above it. Doesn't matter how tightly I knit it, doesn't matter if I go down a few stitch sizes and few needle sizes. I've tried knitting into the back of the loop to twist it. I always get that problem with that one. So I played around and this method works really well for me. I'm going to start the Vikkel braid in cream. First stitch is very simply just an elope stitch onto your right needle, which is then transferred onto your left needle, and I don't know if you can see this, but all I'm going to do is I've inserted my needle out of the cream stitch and into the grey stitch. I'm going to quickly slip both those stitches off the needle and pick up the cream stitch and put it back on the needle, and then I am knitting that stitch. Okay, now Vikkel braid is very, very simple. You have a coloured stitch on your right needle, you put it back onto your left needle, going around behind it, pick up the next live stitch on your left needle, slide off the Vikkel braid and put it back on, and knit the Vikkel braid stitch. Vikkel braid stitch gets transferred to the left needle, go in behind it and pick up the stitch, the next stitch on the left needle, slip the Vikkel braid off and pick it up again. Knit the Vikkel braid, transfer it to the left needle, in behind and pick up the next knitting stitch, drop the braid off and pick it back up. So I'm just going to work along here. Yeah. What you may find is your Vikkel braid's not very even. It's fairly easy to even it out. I just take a spare needle and I just give each one of these stitches a bit of a tug just to remove any loose stitch any loose fabric yarn from each stitch as you go along. Sometimes because I catch them, I get a bit stubborn. There it is, and then that one can just be tightened. As you work them you get a bit of an idea for the tension. That's just tightened that up.